again to my shovel, mounted like this, and I will throw it up. And now I use the same technique as I use with larger cords, but because this is thin, I need to do some extra tricks with it. For gripping and the friction hitch to work on this, I need a cord that is thinner than this in order to attach myself to it. This cord is made by Lennox. It features a core of Dyneema fibers, and despite of being only 2 millimeters thick, meaning half the thickness of Paracord, it's stronger. And I use the Lennox Dyneema cord to make this attachment loops. So I have this string with a loop on one end and a similar loop on the other end. I use 2 of these, and I also have 2 backup ones in my pocket all the time. In case something goes wrong when I'm on the cord, I have some backups that I can replace them without getting down from the cord. And because this is not only thinner than professional climbing cord, but it's also more slippery, I need a better grip on it. So I cannot use the standard Prusik knots as I do with climbing cord, because that will slide off very easily. I will instead use an enhanced Valdo-Tentress friction hitch, which is the strongest gripping hitch you can get. So wrapping this 4 times here. Now I need to measure this to ensure that they are equal in length. Okay, and then I'm crossing them 1, 2, 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I can go even 9 times like this. And I'm going to attach the carabiner on these 2 loops to keep them together. And here's where I will attach my seat harness. Now, to move this on the paracord, I need to be extremely careful. So I need to use 2 fingers to compress it. Once it's compressed, it unlocks, and then I need to use eventually 2 hands to place it in the proper position before I leave my weight slowly on it, and it locks. Then I compress it again, it moves up, and then slowly leaving my weight on it, it will lock. And then I will do the same thing for my legs. So doing 1, 2, 3, 4 times around. Now measuring this to ensure they are equal in size. Rotate a little bit so I have them equal when pointing down. And then I'm starting to cross 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7, but I will go farther, 8 and 9. And here I attach a carabiner. It goes up, it locks. It goes up, it locks. And when I want to come down on it, I will compress it, it releases, and then I can move it down and then leave the weight on it, and it locks. The next thing I'm gonna do is a loop. Now, if I make the loop with this kind of knot, this not only it doesn't stay straight, and because it bends the cord, it prones it to easier breakage, but it also may slip and may untie. So I'm gonna use a fisherman's loop here, it like this, and rotate this once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now I'm bringing this through here, I can now untie this one. Okay, now if I put pressure on it like this, it straightens and it stays straight. This is for my legs. Actually here I don't even need the carabiner. I can just put this through here and do it like this. So I have only cord here, and on the upper one I'm currently using this carabiner, but in case you find yourself in a survival situation and you don't have any carabiner, you can also improvise one from Paracord as well. The main problem with this is that sometimes it gets stuck, and then you need to have a lot of patience so that you can unlock it. You need then to just push all the way up and then to take little by little every cross here and readjust it like this so that you can easily move it up and down again until you let your weight again on it to lock it. So I'm going to straighten the main wire, which is paracord, move this as high as I can, and then leave my weight slowly on it. Then move the legs one close to this one, adjust the crosses so that they are uniformly distributed, and put my legs into. Then leave my weight slowly on the legs and get up, compress this, move it up as high as I can, and then leave my weight on this one, release the legs. Bring the main cord as close to my chest as possible and to my center of gravity, and repeat this indefinitely until I get up. It's slow, but it's doable, and you can climb like this on very high. are a lot of risks associated with climbing on paracord. It is not designed for that, and remember, a parachute doesn't rely on a single string, it relies on about 21. This is professional climbing cord. It's 11 millimeters thick, and this is professional attaching cord, 6 millimeters thick, and both are extremely dense on the inside. And this is paracord, which is 4 millimeters thick. So just compare the size, and the size doesn't have to do only with durability and strength. It also has to do with how much material you have left in case this gets scratched or melted from the friction. So paracord is extremely slippery. As you can see, this one has a very grippy pattern, both of these, while paracord it's much more slippery. At the same time, paracord is not heat resistant. It has very few material on it. If this slips and due to the friction it may get heated, once it gets heated it will melt right away and snap really quick. You can also see that the inner wires of the paracord are very loose on the sheath, and that is on purpose so that in a survival situation you can pull out these small strings and use them independently. But when climbing, this thing is really a mess, because if you use friction grips, all of your weight may sit on this external sheath instead of staying on the entire wire. If you find yourself in a survival situation and you don't have a seat harness, as you see on myself right now, you can improvise one from paracord. The way I do it, this is a triangle with loops on the corners. So the way this works is you place it like this. So put these two loops together and bring the other one through between your legs here. And now you need to join these three ends here. So put these two loops together, bring the third one through between your legs, and now just attach this with the connector to the string. I can try to leave my weight on this harness. The problem that I'm facing is that paracord is so thin that it actually cuts into my flesh. To prevent that, I will use some clothes that I have. So I will pull out the t-shirt or the jacket or whatever I have with me, and I will just wrap them around this cord to prevent it to cut into my flesh. Like this. And now I can sit comfortably on this improvised harness, placing my legs into the loop, and I will start climbing like this without any professional equipment, not even a carabiner and not even a harness.